5 more overrated rock bands. Let's see who made the list this time. Coming in at number 5, we had the Eagles. Yeah. Again, yeah, they come around in the 70s, have a couple of huge records and a lot of hits, and then they sort of live off that cloud for 50 years. Well, hats off. But sort of like a comedian making a couple of good specials and then live off that for the rest of the life. Eddie Murphy. But anyway, but again, kind of the same with the Eagles, like with Led Zeppelin in the last list. They sort of have this one song that's so above the rest and iconic, even though they had Irish too. But it's sort of like, what if you take Hotel California away? Do people really remember the Eagles that well? Yeah, I don't know. I think there's just other bands in the 70s that kind of deserve a little bit more attention, maybe, who kind of go into the same vibe as the Eagles, like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, or perhaps this band called America, who, despite their name, is actually from England. But yeah, coming in at number 4, we have Muse. This is one of those bands, it seems like about 15 years ago, everyone and their mom were raving on about this band. And it sort of had this, I don't know, kind of, I listen to Muse, therefore I'm better than you. And I've tried to like this band, but I cannot. I do not understand. It's sort of, yeah, again, good musicians, I suppose, yeah, but it's sort of this minor key. It's falsetto and this wailing. Oh, I do not understand. You can like them, but coming in number 3, and this is the band I probably like the most on this list, Pearl Jam. Yeah, I mean, they had a really masterpiece of a debut album, one of the greatest debut albums of all time, and with some amazing songs. But again, it's one of those, yeah, they made a few quite good records after that, but they sort of, again, they kind of live off that for the last 30 years of, and what I kind of hate about them is that they at some point they kind of changed this really modest approach. This almost sound like this garage punk band, and yeah, we're into Clash and the Who, when they were a really different band in the beginning. Huge riffs, huge solos, and just this, I don't know, they kind of felt like this Lynyrd Skynyrd of the 90s, I even dare say, and had this Americana, even though they kind of were considered a grunge band, but that's more of the era and whatever, and they were from Seattle and all that, and they had some grungier songs, but those big hits like Alive or something, it's just, yeah, they this is one of those bands you probably should see live, and they probably play those Even Flows and Lives every night and all that, but yeah, the past 25, 30 years, they just don't excite me anymore. Then we have at number 2, The Killers. The name alone is so pretentious. I hate them because of that. It's just this, I don't know, Just Had Water, David Bowie pastiche. I don't know what it is, over pretentious, and we wear tuxedos. This is a band that became huge when I was like in high school, so more than 20 years ago. And then, I don't know, this is one of those bands that everyone should have just forgotten about, like in 2005 or whatever. But they somehow are still in the, atmosphere. I don't know, someone sings Mr. Brightside at karaoke or some annoying shit like that. So, yeah, not for me. Coming in at number 1, we have Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. Yeah, I know people consider Bruce Springsteen more of a solo artist, but he still, for the most part, goes under the moniker and E Street Band, his band, at least live and on most albums. But it's sort of like, again, yeah, iconic albums and hits in the 70s, 80s, and then you just live off that forever. But it's kind of like, I don't know, I don't buy the false modesty, like singing about saving factories and unions. I'm not saying he probably also does a lot of charity or whatever, but it's sort of like, or I don't know. It's just that when you have something, I don't know, like $300 million on your account, you just can't relate to the average working man or something. So it's a little like, but again, one of those guys, and I've actually seen him live once, that great live show and all that, but I don't know, kind of a one-trick pony, and songs about Johnny leaving the town because he's out of work and whatever. Yeah, thanks for watching again.